A few people asked about me wallpapering my narrowboat. It's not really wallpapering a narrowboat. We're not using bathroom vinyl or anything like that. I'll show you in the bedroom here. Right, so this is the bedroom wallpaper here. There's a joint. Most of the boards are joined between the windows down there and there. As you can see, there is no joint. There is no joint there. Slight idea of one there, but no visible joint. Same the other side, identical, all wallpaper. But it's not really a wallpaper, it's a special lining paper, and it's a plastic paper type lining wallpaper. So I've got the joint there. There's a joint there. You can see it's cracked. Look, it's a crack all the way down there. Look, it's V filled. Same up the top. We've got another crack there. Look, it's going to move, but we're not talking 6 to 12 mil, or some of the things that I've been led to believe that a narrowboat will grow 12 foot when the sun comes out, because I've experienced freezing cold. That's when this was actually fitted, when it was absolutely freezing cold, and sealed on the back, obviously good amount of seal on the back. Around the windows is just 3mm R-board. I routed out the window holes, same as the way Holly's doing it, really. Yeah, so I routed out the window holes, and as you can see, the timber on the inside matches perfectly. So what I'd done was, when I had the boat made, we left, oops, I'm in the, so I can get the actual window. Oh, there's a window there, look. I'll go for anybody's window. Right, yeah, so when I had the boat made, I asked them to leave a tag at the top, a tag here and a tag here, of about 3mm, so the steel plate stayed in there. So they left all the steel plate in there, all the openings had the steel left in there. Not because I'm a tight ass and I wanted to scrap the steel, but that could have been part of the reason. But no, the whole reason of it was, I've got 10 portholes. So the idea for me, before, when I thought about having a boat built, was I could drill a hole in the center of the steel there, find the dead center of that hole, bang a hole in there, in the middle of there, 12mm hole, stick a bolt through, nut and bolt on this side, and then I can have a jig for me router to route the inside of the ply out. So I just plied, done everything all over the top without taking the steel out, done all that, and it all spray foamed. All the spray foam came right nice and tight to the window. We literally sprayed right across the top of the steel, but I had to clean a bit off, and then I plied right over the top anyway, all the way through the boat. And then afterwards I took the router, I drilled a hole straight through the ply where the bolt was, put the router on there, set the router up, routed around like that off of that steel bolt. That gave me an absolutely perfectly round, beautiful finished edge all the way around there. And just slip the 3mm ply into the groove on the window, a few tacks around to hold it, and that's it. They're not glued or anything like that. It's just pressurized in. The joints in under there. Let's see if I can show you one that I've painted. There's one in the bedroom that I've painted. I'll just take the foam out the window. Yeah, there it is. That's the finished one. There, goes up through there. The joints here in the middle there. If you cut it, if you take your time and cut it and force it in behind there, it does sit in there really nicely. So that'll give you some idea of how it comes out. And one sheet of R-board cost me 13 quid, I think it was. 13 quid. I cut it up into 60mm strips, and that done the whole boat for 13 quid. All my window surrounds for 13 quid. So you can't beat that, can you? Huh? There's the other one there, exactly the same system, works a treat, and it finishes it nicely as well. I don't want any flashy trims or polished plastic or brass or anything like that. I just want a nice sort of like paint finish, sharp edges, really nice. When you look at the edges of the bottom of the edges here, if you can see that, you know, nice and straight. Providing you, if you use the machine edge here and you set it up properly, I think if you watch Narrowboat Next Door, I think they're called, watch their videos. I showed him how I'd done mine, give him a hand to fit a few boards, and that's how you can get it to come out. And that's just by propping it off the floor. Every one was propped up exactly off the floor, the same all the way along, and they just run in line of treat. And that gives you a nice square bottom. There's no need to put any mouldings on here to cover up any bodging that you've had to do because you couldn't be bothered to get it right. It's just nice clean edges. Same as the closed storage there, and that wall there. That's me side of one of the wardrobes. All exactly the same. Just, you know, no fancy cover-up mouldings or hidden hiding strips or anything like that. There's just a nice clean finish. Well, I made a bit of a boo-boo there. Look, I cut a hole for a light in there, and I shouldn't have done, but there you go. We all make mistakes, don't we? Yeah, so anyway, let's get on with this wallpaper, or wallpaper lining. So first thing to do is to get a coat of glue on this wall. I'll water it down a little bit and get it to go on the wall. We don't want it too thick and stodgy on the wall. We just want it to stick to the wall, tack to the wall, and then we'll paste the paper, and that gives us plenty of what they call slip in the trade when you're decorating. It gives you plenty of slip, so if it won't slide off the wall, but you can move the paper around with your hand. That's the way to do it. If I pasted wallpaper and stuck it directly on there, there's a certain, although that's been sealed board, it's still a certain amount of suction on that board will suck that glue in, and you'll find it difficult to move it about, and that's when you start getting wrinkles and bubbles and all this sort of stuff. We want to stretch this stuff out as far as we can, as tight as we can. We want it across here like a drum, yeah, and then all them little joints that are moving 1 or 2 millimeters, they ain't going to show, because what's going to happen is as they stretch and they shrink, that plasticated lining paper is going to stretch and shrink with it. So that's the whole idea of it. It's working okay up that end. I hope it's going to continue to work in here. So anyway, right, let's go for it, shall we? I'll switch you off and get it set up, and we'll have a look at putting the paste on. Right, okay, here we go. No need to stick this stuff in a tray. I just want to put it on like that, nice and light. Don't need to go too mad with it. Spread it out nicely. Just gives it a coat of glue all over it. And obviously any filler that we put in, it helps to seal that back as well. And keep it nice and clean. We don't want wallpaper paste all over the place. Nothing worse than that. Keep as clean as you can. Plenty of other bottom there though. I want that bottom to stick nicely. That's basically all we're doing. Just get a nice thick coat along the bottom there to start with. Come around this one and do the same. A bit of glue around the window. Like that. you can feel it when the glue's coming off the roller, you know, when you need a bit more glue. It's I watered this down. It's just this what I do is I use a drill and a whisk and just pour a half a cup full of water in on top of the glue. Ready-made glue. This is special adhesive for this paper. I can't say what make it is because I got told off by YouTube for illegally advertising, so I can't tell you what the make is. But if wherever you buy your tools, whip down and ask them for some strong wallpaper liner for dodgy walls, and they will put you on the right track. Wherever you buy your tools, I don't know, you can buy them from anywhere I suppose, but yeah, that's where you need to ask, anyway, where you buy your tools. Right, okay, I'm going to switch you off and crack on with this, and we'll show you the next stage. Right, hiya guys, I forgot all about you. I've done that with the kids a couple of times when we've been on holiday. I've gone off on a bus and we'll come back. They said, where's the kids? Yeah, well, I've done exactly the same to you. There it is, all wallpaper. I'll just put it on. I'll show you on the top bit how to actually stretch it out. But I wanted to give you some idea of how tight we get this stretched over this wall. If you listen to this, look. That's how tight it is, and that's still wet. That's still wet. That in the morning, that will be just as tight as a drum, if not tighter than a drum. So that'll give you some idea of the tension on this paper when you actually fit it, when it's actually put on, and it gives you just covers up all those joints and all the little dents and imperfections. Although I think I've got a little bit of an imperfection there. It'll be interesting to see what happens. There's definitely a little bit there. Might need to put just a little bit of fine filler on there just to take that out. This is where I'm going to join the paper here, around here somewhere. So let's get the next bit ready, and I promise I'll switch you on and show you how to put it on. Right guys, I know you missed the me putting it on this side. Start doing this side, but just remember, let's film it so you guys can see how it goes on the wall. So it goes on the wall, it's all glued up, yeah, like this. And you just basically pull it out like that. Just your hand down the wall. Just put a few dots and dabs around, just so it ain't gonna peel off the wall. Yeah. Then you use this. So this is a tiling trowel, but I've taken all the sharp edges off of it, so as it don't tear the paper. You can use a really good plastering trowel if you want. It's entirely up to you. Right, so where I'm going to start here by the quarter, because that's where a joining the ply is. There's a joining the ply there, so I'm going to pull this off, put my trowel on, and pull it out like you would a piece of plaster, like that. Okay, and I'm going to pull it up and over, like that, down and out, and that's just on the edge here. Don't go past that little line of the window. Pull it down, stretch it down, stretch it up. You can feel the glue coming out behind it. That's it, lovely. It's a bit awkward behind this bloody chimney. I would suggest you do this before you fit all your stuff. But I didn't have any choice on it because I need to deliver board straight away. So heat was more important, and we're making it easier to fit the bolt out. lucky enough to have the privilege of being able to live somewhere else and fit your boat out, then it'd be a lot easier than it took me to do it. The other tool you need for this job is a wide knife, filler knife. That comes in really, really handy, especially for getting bits where the trowel won't go. You know, you can feel that. Go. That's the start of it. Let's spread that bit. Right, so we've just gone to the centre of that window. Next thing I've got to do is push it up in behind this moulding. It's just a matter of lifting it out with the trowel, shoving it up with a knife. Just like that. Up in behind. Job done. Up. Come on here. Pull that one down. Put the trowel in under there. Just ease it a little bit off the wood. Not ease a lot. That's it. That goes up in under there. Same here. Put it up under there. That would sooner trap it under there than going under there. Oh. And there we go. There we are. Just temporarily hold that one in there. There we go. Right. So, we're halfway around this. We can pull him out halfway around this. See, it's very tight already. But what we need it is really tight. Whoops! Bugger. Prick socket. Watch out for electric sockets. Let's go up there. Sharp Stanley knife. later on. Can you hear that? Storm. That's how we have it. As this paper stretches back, you still want to stretch it up that way. Tight on the wall we can get it. Sockets. More electric sockets here, we have to be careful of. Whole idea is that as you're crossing these joints, it's nice and tight. Don't for those electric sockets, there's one there. Down onto the electric socket there, leave like that. There's always someone in the way. Always something in the way. Stretch it out around them. Then they'll come in nice when they're done. There's a joint there. There's a joint behind the wall there. Look. I'll come across the top of that joint as tight as we can. Tough this stuff is you can't tear it with your fingers. It's really tough stuff. Right. There. There. That's one there. on the electric boxes, nick them up through the corners like that, up through the corner, down to the corner of that one, like that, corner of that one, like that, and pull him in on the edge, bring your knife down, up, pushing him around the unit, up, there. Made a bit of a balls of this one. You can't win them all. You can't win them all. Top one, drop them in like that, there, push your socket in, and then what you need to do is push him out with the not pretty that one, but there you go. This one here doesn't matter too much because you've got a hardwood sill going on there. That one off. This corner matters. We want a nice decent cut along there. So I'll put that one in there. Come down through there. That. All the way down. There he is. Lovely corner. Right, that's good there. Right, the other, see if I can get you another close up on the electric box. Might be able to do it for you. Let's have a look. See if we can do this. Put that one there. Pull that out there. Put this one here. Not sure whether you can see that. That's where the electric box is, so pull them in there a bit maybe, I don't know. There, I reckon you can see it there now. I think. That's, yeah, you should be able to see that if I don't get my head in the way. Right, the electric box is in there. Not sure whether you can actually see the detail of it. If you get a dirty finger, you run a dirty finger along, it will mark the edges of the box, yeah? What we need to do basically is to cut from in there out to the corner of the box and across that corner there. Okay, we can cut from the corner and into the middle, right? That releases this bit of thing. Then we want to go halfway on the box there. Decent sharp Stanley knife. Cut that bit off. Chuck it. Get the other one. We want to go from here up to there. Bring him up there. From there down to there. Bring him in. Put him on. Put him down there. Pull him off. That goes in underneath. It should do if this box will come off. There you go. That goes in underneath. Same here. Take this one. Stick him on like that. Cut him all the way along there. Like that. That's that one. Push him up and under there. That one there can start going in there now. There, like that. And take this one. You just push him on, put him on there. Push him back. Although, whoops, come off there. That's in there. Push him back. Take the Stanley knife, run it across there. Get rid of that. That goes in like that. Then take all the surplus glue that's in under that paper and shove it up into that box. Yep. And that will give you a really nice, beautiful finish around the box. I always put my cables on. That's 2 neutrals in, 2 lives in, 2 earths in, into a connector box. Don't leave your sockets on. It's you're just going to make a mess of the sockets. You're going to make a mess of the paperwork. Make your block so your block goes in there, cable goes in there. You can paper over the top of it under tension, and then do it like that. This is a special wallpaper liner. It's not a ordinary paper liner. Let's get rid of some of this cable. Oh, that one's over there. Yeah. So, yeah, this is a special wallpaper liner. So, I'll do another one. Show you another one so you can see what I'm up to. Coming a bit closer, maybe. Don't know if you can see that. Yeah, back centre there. Same again. Work from the top if you want, up here. Come in, watch you don't go through that electric cable, obviously. If you're standing nice and sharp, you could well go through one of those cables. And if you do happen to go through and touch an earth as well, you might light up like a Christmas tree, so you be careful what you're doing. It's like all these jobs, they do require a certain amount of common sense, yeah. Now if you're not confident, don't go anywhere near it, because it can bite you. You can end up with slashing your wrist with a Stanley knife or all sorts. So it can be a dangerous hobby. Yeah. I would imagine most people should be able to handle it. In. That's it, lovely. Lovely job. Right, that's got in there. So we get this one in. Right. the back a bit, I think, so you can see the whole lot. The next job I'm going to do, I'm going to trim around this hatch and then all the way along the bottom. See if I can move you over there maybe. You see what I'm doing there? Yep. There's the hatch. There's the hatch. As I said before, clean this hatch up properly and it's all nice and tidy. One end hatch is really easy. Into the corner, all about here, down, into the corner, here, up to the corner, from here, into the corner. We'll back it up. Get rid of that, that's that there. And then we've got to trim along the bottom. Make sure he's there. There we go. That's him all trimmed. Right, take you down and show you this window. Give you some more. Oops, God, there. Right, that's the porto. Around that porto, I'm not going to cut that one out. I'm going to leave him to dry, because as this paper dries, it will shrink back. And it'll pull that paper in nicely around that porto. Because I've got a joint in the ply there. Joint in the ply there, so I want that to pull in and seal that up. So that's it anyway. Okay, and that should bring you out in a nice finish like this. Here's the porto there. Shut that one there. That's the finish around the porto. You can see there's black paint on there. I'll give the around the porto a second. You see, that's the best place to see it there. Look. That's the finish. That's just 3mm ply, a 3mm hardboard, trimmed out to the edge of the board, papered up to it, and that's the sort of finish you can get on that corner. A really nice sharp corner. No need to put any mouldings on or anything. I may put moulding on her, fancy it up a bit, but no need to put moulding on her. That sits just nice. I've taken off the shrink tube rubbers on there so I could paint around them. But I shall shrink some more rubber tubing and padding on there like that. But that's the sort of finish you get. I mean, that's the door. Whether it's any different or any other way. That's my T&G door. Then obviously it's a stable door, so I can keep the kids in and hot air out. So yeah, that's how he yeah, basically, yeah. But the finish is really nice and nice. This is only one coat on here. That's only one coat of paint on there, so it's a bit not quite the finish that I'm hoping to get a satin finish on it. But yeah, there you go. And give you some idea of that's the dinette I've just put in. Oops, that one just peeled back a bit. I'll give you some idea of how you get the paper onto that edge. There you are. See the difference? See the beautiful edge you get on it, and it's stuck like something to a blanket. Yeah, there's the edge of it there. See the ply finish there, all the way along there. I mean, we got cover strips to go over this. Cover strips to go on here. I don't know if I'll probably put a hockey stick maybe in there. Just hockey stick molding. So you got a little bit of a demolding coming out there. Just the faintest little sense of a piece of architrave. But when the door's shut, they're boarded. The boarding's going to come into about here, all the bits and pieces, because the actual thickness of the wood's going to be out to here when it's all finished and sorted. That's the only bit that's going to come through, and a knob on a handle here for opening and shutting the door. That's a triple lever locking system that's going in for it. So then that moulding will come to about here somewhere, that door will come out to about here somewhere, and then just a piece of 25mm hockey stick in and around there. That finishes it all. Absolutely spot on, I hope. That's the idea anyway. As you can see, living on a narrowboat is not a good idea, because you've got all your possessions crammed everywhere, but there you go. That's the way it is. Cleanish this side. Kitchen's been fitted, covered in dust and dirt, but it's all covered in plastic anyway, so it's protected by plastic film all over the top of it, except for the edging strips there. Obviously you can't protect them because they're what's the name. So yeah, well, I'm going to get on with the next one now. Okay, so hope you've learned something, or I've helped somebody out on it, and then you can see how nice and neat that edge is, you know. And if you watch I can't think what the channel is again now. I'll put a link to the channel below. I'm showing a guy next door how to we're helping a guy next door, not showing him, helping a guy next door how to put his paneling on. So if you watch that, will give you some idea of how I managed to get all my bottom edge of my boards all nice and in line. And so if you look along there, I don't know if I can get you down there, I don't know if you'd be able to actually see it. It's a bit odd, but if you look along there, you can see how nice and straight it is. Yep. And that's just being extra careful when you're putting them boards in, and the floor in, putting the floor in, the sides in, the boards in, the lot, just making sure it's all in line. Anyway, there you go. Hope it helps some of you out. See you on the next one.